Hello, 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 and welcome again to another edition of Nutrition News for your mind, your body, and soul. With It's All About Choices. I am excited to come on live with you today. We're gonna have a little fun today. We're gonna talk about the holidays and caving into those cravings that are all around us. So first, I want to thank everybody who comes to join me live every week. I'm so thankful I have some faithfuls that literally come with me every week. So I'm so thankful that you take time out of your schedule to join me. And those who are listening to the replay, I also thank you for taking time out of your schedule to join me as well. So I take joy and pleasure in being able to share information with you that is not so readily available in social media and even just in any form of media. So I'm glad that I'm able to be of assistance and of service to you. And again, I continue to say prayers. We are still in the middle of a pandemic. We have been in this situation since March. Unfortunately, the numbers are going up. So I just continue to keep everybody in prayer, our schools, our healthcare providers, our administration, our children, our families, our loved ones. So just do your part. That's all we really can do, is just to do your part and to prevent the spread. And we're just praying that when this vaccine is approved in the United States and that it is the best thing and it is not going to have these side effects that will hinder us down the line. So thank you for tuning in. And as you are coming on, please say hello to me. I would love to see who is coming on. And we got some good stuff. We are a solid month into the holiday season, okay? We are a solid month. And so holiday goodies such as cookies and candy and fruit cake and pies galore, right? Holiday comfort foods, dressing, mac and cheese, salads, I mean, not salads really, but casseroles, fried turkey, ham galore, right? Holiday spirits. I'm going to talk about holiday spirits next week. So definitely stay tuned for that. And many of us have been stocking up, right, on the holiday treats since they appear on the shelf since November, right? And probably eating them too, right? They're there, right? And when they're in our mind, it's very hard to not want to eat them. So the bottom line is the holiday season is all about celebrating. It's all about togetherness. It's all about indulging in moderation. So today I'm dishing out 7 proven tips that'll help that are guaranteed to help you to avoid the game, but also you can still enjoy yourself. Okay. And also stay tuned to the end because I definitely have some exciting news that I want to share with you. But just in case you're not able to stay on to the end, I'm going to give you a little sneak peek and I'm going to give you a URL that you can check out. And I'm going to put it in the comment section as well for you to check out while we are going on in the call. And so as you're tuning in, please feel free to say hello to me. I'm so thankful that you're tuning in live with me. I see people chiming on. And while people are chiming on, I'm going to do a quick intro of myself. My name is Sandra Gultry, and I am a registered dietitian nutritionist. And this month, my focus is really to help people get through the holidays without gaining unwanted weight. And so it's about it, and at the same time, enjoy the holiday delights, enjoy the holiday favorites without feeling guilty or feeling like you must avoid your favorite foods. That's no fun, right? So that's all that we're trying to accomplish today. And so I've been doing a training series kind of like on holiday parties and events. And even though we're in a pandemic, a lot of people are doing things virtually. A lot of people are doing things in person. So it's still very applicable. We're talking about sweet delights. We're talking about comfort foods, how to indulge without the holiday weight gain. How do you cave into your cravings without you having the effects of it in the new year? And so I have a question for you. Oh, I see a couple of comments here. Let's see here. Am I able to see the comments? Looks like we're having a little bit of a problem here that I'm not able to see the comments. So I will check back and see the comments. So were you surprised to see Christmas decorations on the shelf immediately after Labor Day? Okay. I personally was surprised. So normally it seemed like it's getting earlier and earlier and earlier that we're starting to see Christmas stuff on the shelf. So I was kind of surprised to see it Labor Day weekend. So let me know if you were surprised. And now while you guys are chiming in, we are going to jump into the topic for today, which is How do you cave into your cravings without the holiday weight gain? So, holiday survival tip number one, okay, regulate the added sugar. Okay, you notice I didn't say the word ditch. I said regulate the added sugar. So, we have holiday cookies and cakes and pies, nothing short of tempting, especially if it's homemade and you only get it this time of the year, right? But the added sugar in excess may increase, of course, your risk of cardiovascular disease and, of course, weight gain. So stick to sugar that comes from natural form. So during the holiday seasons, don't throw out eating your fruit, don't throw out eating your vegetables and whole grains because those have natural sugar. And then enjoy your desserts, enjoy your holiday delights in moderation, in smaller amounts, and have selectivity. Here's the key: have selectivity in what you choose. So pick things that you truly crave. Home for me, it's homemade. If it's homemade and it's something that I can only get once a year, I'm on it. But if it's something you can buy at a store or something that you can get any time of the year, eat less of that or save that for another time. So be real selective in what you truly desire. Okay? And that'll help save some calories too, because a lot of times we'll eat just because it's there. So that's where we want to have a little bit of selectivity. Number two, holiday tip number two, survival tip number two is chew and eat slowly. We hear this a lot, and it's hard when you have all this food all around you, but it pays off to pace yourself. It really, really, really does. So the quicker we eat, the less time our body has to register fullness. So that there is a lot of truth to that. Eating slowly also increases the after meal response of our gut hormones that regulate having a loss of appetite. So that's another reason to want to slow down. And for women, studies show that eating slowly decreases the energy intake that we have within meals. So, meaning it decreases the amount that we eat in between meals when we tend to eat slower. When we eat slower, we have the opportunity to feel full. That's really what it boils down to and gives our body a chance to regulate that we're feeling full. Okay. Okay. So how you doing, Krista? I see she said that she didn't even notice. Yeah, I was surprised. I just happened to go into the store and I'm like, I'm seeing Christmas trees. And I was really, 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 really surprised to see that around Labor Day. Really surprised. Now, let me ask you this. I have another question for you. Have you ever tried to ditch the added sugar? Okay. Have you ever tried to do that? So some people, have you tried or have you not tried it? So I don't generally recommend this with my clients because in the long term, it's unrealistic to think that you're going to avoid all sugar. I hear a term, oh, I cut out all sugar. Not many people say the word added sugar, but most people say they're cutting out sugar because sugar is in more than just sweets. It's in more than just processed foods and things of that nature. So the problem lies in when we eat added sugar or any kind of sugar in excess, okay? And we're not taking in enough nutrients. So normally the problem is we're eating a lot of foods that's high in sugar, high in fat, things of that nature, but we're not eating enough of the whole foods. And that's really where the problem comes in and we have increased cravings, we have lower energy levels, and we gain weight and we have health complications. So that's usually where all that falls in. And so, survival holiday tip number three. Okay, caving into your cravings so you won't feel the effects of the weight gain while you're caving into your cravings. So, let's see what we have here. I agree. Yes, it is definitely unrealistic. And that's good that you haven't tried that. A lot of people, because they're looking for a quick fix to lose weight, they will try to cut out the sugar. And the thing is, they're cutting out, and a lot of times when we cut out sugar, we're cutting out foods that are actually healthy for us, unfortunately. So wait before you grab seconds. Now, this is a big one. I'm guilty of eating with my eyes as well. So it's like I mentioned earlier, the quicker we eat, the less time we have for our bodies to register fullness. So it really does take about 20 minutes for our brain to register the signals from our stomach that, okay, a meal has been served. So it's best to kind of talk, go for a walk, try to find some kind of way to redirect yourself before you decide to make that second plate. And in most cases, our bodies don't need it, but we want it. It's there, and so it's really about being disciplined and just kind of like, okay, I know I had all this. Let me just wait a little while before I have something else. All right, holiday survival tip number 4. And feel free, as you guys are listening to some of the different holiday tips that I'm giving, feel free to chime in and give any comments, any feedback. Maybe you experienced it, and I would love to hear you and hear what you have to say, and we all can engage. So just say no. So just say no. Now, this is not what you think, okay? I am a firm believer that sometimes our friends and our families, with the best intentions, make us fat. Okay, we got these traditions, we got different cultures. So though our relatives they may encourage us to overeat by shoving seconds into our face, onto our plate, and they want us to clean it up. And it is okay to respectfully decline, but I do understand that there are a lot of cultures where you say no, you turn down food, it is a form of disrespect. So there are ways to do that where it is done respectfully and it's not offending anybody. So in some cases, you can just say you're full. You can say, "Oh, let me take a break. I'll probably get something a little bit later." And a lot of times that will work if you say that and you say it authentically. They'll kind of back off. But I do understand that sometimes it's all about you got to clean your plate. So you got to be careful with that because you have to think about your own health, your own wellness in relation to you still want to be respectful. Alrighty. So let me ask you this question. When you do go back for seconds, how do you feel? Are you stuffed? Are you like super stuffed? Or do you feel guilty? Like, okay, I know I really didn't need that second plate. But I know for me, sometimes I'll feel okay after the first plate, and then I'm like, well, let me get a little bit more. My plate, I may not have my plate as full as the first round, but I'm usually like, okay, wow, I kind of overdid it then. And a lot of times it's because now your brain has registered that, oh, I really was full or I really was satisfied from the first plate. And then on top of that, now you've eaten more food. So it's kind of compounding there. That's what's going on there. Let's see, stuffed. Yes. I usually feel stuffed too. I agree with you, Krista. And so I'm going to take a quick pause before I go into my remaining proven tips. And I definitely want to share more details about this, something special that I mentioned earlier that I'm super, super excited about. And so I have created this brand new, amazing downloadable free guide, and it's called Jumpstart Your Weight Loss and to boost your energy levels. And it includes 3 days of meals, recipes, an itemized grocery list, a meal prep guide. So let's take you step by step on what to make, when to make it. And it is amazing. And what this is designed to do is designed to help get your energy levels up. So think about that 3 to 4 o'clock time frame, especially if you're at work, where we tend to crash and burn. We tend to be really, really feeling really, really tired. Having satisfying meals where your cravings are not so strong at the end of the day or late at night, and to wake up feeling refreshed instead of sluggish. So you want to wake up feeling like you actually were asleep and ready to take on the day. So really, if you're looking for what can I do to get that energy boost up, and still have that same energy throughout the day instead of having it for a short term and then you lose it, which is generally what happens with the coffee and the energy drinks. I highly recommend you downloading this amazing 3-day meal plan and prep guide. And I will post where the URL is, and I will also put it in the comment section. I believe I put it in there earlier, but I will put it in there again because I did see some errors on my side. And hey, Anitra, good to see you. And she just celebrated a year anniversary. So congrats, congrats. And so she said that she will go just for a little more, but something different. Now, let me ask you this: when you go back for that little more, Anitra, are you stuffed after that, or were you able to keep it at bay? So let me know that. Let me know that. And so I definitely recommend downloading the guide, and I look forward to seeing comments on that. I'm very excited about it. And so holiday tip number 5. Let me go into holiday tip number 5. Cave into your cravings. Okay. That's the whole title of this particular topic. Actually, cave into your cravings. Okay. It is smart. it is highly recommended to acknowledge your cravings, okay, instead of trying to push them away completely. This is not the time of the year to try to be strong and etc. You don't want to you want to cave into your cravings. You want to, as long as it's in moderation. Now, that's the key, moderation, because it can curb a desire. So where you're not acting like a kid in the candy store when you see something and you don't know how to act. So forbidding a specific food or food group, because a lot of times people will just cut out a whole food group because it's the holiday season. It only makes the food look more attractive. It only makes you want it even more. And so, for example, I would rather you go and have that scoop of ice cream then because it will save you from maybe 2 days later having the whole gallon and you don't understand why you're craving because you've already forgotten about, oh, wow, I really wanted it a couple of days ago and I didn't have it. So you want to really cave into those cravings, and it is okay to do that. It is okay again in moderation. In moderation. And then another thing I want to mention, holiday tip number 6 is fill up on fiber. Okay, so during the day, especially while you're cooking and things of that nature, snack on veggies and other foods that are very high in fiber. Legumes can help us feel fuller longer, and you will still have room for dessert. A lot of times we kind of shy away from the healthy foods during the holiday season because we don't want to feel too full to eat the holiday food. So don't do that, okay? You will still have room. Trust me, we always have room for sweets. Always, always, always. So snack on fiber-rich foods leading up to the main event, and that's an excellent way to avoid overeating, and you still getting nutrients in for that day. So give the veggie platter a second chance, and put it in some dip and something like that while you are waiting to have the big meal. So I see some comments here. Nidra says she's stuffed. Exactly. It's amazing. Our eyes. I said earlier before you came on, I'm just as guilty. My eyes sometimes just gets the best of us, and then we regret it afterwards. And so let me ask you this. So reply yes if you feel good when you're strong enough to say no to a particular food that you're craving at that time. Okay, now this is really, really, really important. And be honest, because a lot of times we call it willpower, which willpower is dangerous. But reply yes if you feel really strong, you feel empowered when you are able to say no to a particular food. And I want you to, and the take home message that I want you to have with this is I want you to take caution. Let me see what we said here. Yes, okay, I see some yeses here. So take caution because we have the best intentions, right? We have the best intentions when we're trying to be strong enough to say no because we're trying, we're trying to lose weight. We want to stay on the plan. We don't want to deviate. We got to be careful with the all or nothing because that gets us in trouble. So I want you to really self-assess. Okay, self-assess. Are you saying no because you're trying to lose weight? You don't want to feel like you're blowing all your efforts that you've done to date? Or are you saying no because you really, really don't want it? Because this does happen over time. A food that you thought you couldn't live without, like, well, I was going to say coffee, but a food that you feel like you once could not live without over time, as you change your eating patterns and your body gets more and more accustomed to eating more clean, then a lot of times you don't desire those things that you used to, or you have a less of a desire for it, or you don't eat as much of it. So that your taste buds do change over time. So really self-assess. So it's a gray area. It really is a gray area. If you truly want it, and you're resisting it, it will backfire every time. And you will overindulge and you'll eat more than if you just would have had that one cookie or if you just would have had the piece of cake. And I do express this to my clients. A lot of times it's curiosity. You see something, it looks really, really good. The presentation is awesome. And I always recommend take a small piece of it. Cut a small piece of it, take a small piece of it and taste it because curiosity would kill you too. It will just derail you too. And a lot of times you may decide, oh, wow, it looked really good, but it really wasn't all of that. But now and you're not going to be wondering about it hours later and 3 days later. And then it just causes you to binge on something else. So that's usually what happens. All righty. So, final tip. Okay. Number 7, take it easy on the white stuff. Okay, so we hear this a lot. We hear this a lot, but this is a little different spin on it. So this tip goes in sync with number six, where you're filling up on fiber. So simple carbs, often is the white stuff, the white bread, the white flour, the sweets and things like that. Even sugar, candy, stuff like that. These foods they provide energy, but they often lack the nutrients because the nutrients have been stripped out of it. And so, and they're not the complex carbs that our body needs, which are the starchy foods, the like the beans and the potatoes and the corn and the whole grains and things like that. So go into this month, go into this holiday season, go into future months thinking fun, food, and balance. Okay. Remember, I always say food is for both fun and nutrition. And so still eat your whole grains and your fruits and your veggies, your seeds and your nuts, your low fat dairy while still enjoying your holiday favorite. So a lot of times we kind of choose one over the other versus marrying the two. Okay, marrying the two. And this will allow you to cave into your holiday favorites in moderation because, again, we want to enjoy the holidays and we don't want to feel like we're missing out. Okay, so tune in next week when I actually going to talk about holiday spirit. So that's a big one. So this is all that I have for you today. Let me check the comments before I chime off. And remember to check out the 3-day meal plan and prep guide. It is definitely my gift to you. I'm going to post it up here again. Definitely check it out. It's 3 days. It's something that you can do right now before Christmas even kicks in to kind of get you on get you on a little kick there. And then of course after the holidays, it's also something that you can pick up and try to get you back on track, so to speak. So I thank you for tuning in this week. Definitely tune in with me next week as I continue this holiday party event, enjoying the holidays training series. We're going to talk about holiday spirit. So I'm excited about that. Again, continue to do your part and to prevent the spread of this virus and stay safe. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you next week. Bye bye.